Hello, City Skylines fans. I'm Way Up, and welcome back to Chillhorn, a City Skylines Snowfall DLC Let's Play series. We're going to recap a little bit of before we get rolling today, and here we go. All right, we're going to start with kind of a review of what we did. I did a stream on Twitch, and below's the link for that. We're going to do that a little bit regularly. Check that out if you don't mind. Follow the link in the description. Hit a follow on there so you can get notified when I do go live on that. But we redid this entire area here. We did have our dump and our snow dump in this area. I like the way it turned out. Some other sections that we did on stream was we built out more of these neighborhoods, and they're starting to come in as we got the day-night cycle going. It's going to get dark here in a second. But we built out this other neighborhood, I believe at the end of the last video. Just these two were built out where we had our new high school there, and then we got this new zoned area where we built a custom park, got a couple dog parks and one of the large playgrounds. I thought that was pretty cool. Instead of using the park life DLC, we actually just built a large park in the middle of this neighborhood, and then also have this pretty cool elementary school going. I like the way it looks with the snow assets, and that turned out pretty swell as well. And today we are going to focus on industry. We get out of here, don't mind that. Our industry demand is really high. Playing without realistic population, that's already becoming a problem for me. Adjusting to the way the game demands a lot more commercial and industry for the population we have. We're already at 9,000. That is a lot compared to the way we were growing in Socktown. So we're going to build the ore industry out here, and we're going to kick into a time lapse now for that. And here we go. All right, I did want to touch a little bit more on the Twitch streams that we're going to be doing. Mostly, there are going to be some City Skyline streams. We're actually thinking about doing Socktown as a winter city using an environment changing mod. I still need to research that and figure out how to get that working. But I definitely want to get to the point where I'm doing more than just City Skylines. Minecraft's a game I've been playing. Crusader Kings 3 is a game I've been playing, and I do plan on streaming those mixed in with the City Skyline streams. We did have Max from our community join. It was a blast chatting with him while I was building out a little bit of what you've seen in the recap of Chillhorn. It was a blast. I enjoyed it. I loved it. That's why I'm doing this. I want to share with people. I want to communicate with people. So alongside with getting back onto Twitch, I'm also in the process of finishing setting up my Discord server. I want to get our community communicating with each other. We could share pictures of our cities, get ideas from each other. Again, I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm just an average guy building a city and sharing it with people because I do it a lot. Figured I would start sharing, and I'm just loving and enjoying the process of making these videos and communicating with everyone through comments. And Twitch feels like the next step to step it up and get people communicating with each other, along with Discord, where we can all communicate throughout the day. No one has to be live. No one has to be on YouTube or on Twitch. We can just communicate whenever we have ideas or want to bounce an idea off somebody on a city or even other games. We could talk about what games are coming out, what games people are interested in. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I want to see where it goes. I want to build a community, get people involved with each other, hang out on there. We'll even have voice channels for people if they do want that on Discord, but keep an eye out for that. I'll probably update all these videos with the Discord link once I have that set up, but do plan on getting back on Twitch. Head over there. You can hit follow. You can check the schedules page. I got that set up. Those are tentative. Not sure if I'm going to stick to that yet, but as I get more used to it and back in the flow, we'll definitely get that schedule narrowed down into what it actually will be. But for the video that's going on right now, I want to kind of think about this as organized chaos. This town Chillhorn is starting to grow naturally. It's starting to build up. People were wanting industry demands. They just happened to find this old railroad station that was abandoned at some point before Chillhorn was born or came into conception, whatever saying you want to use there. And they realized there's a lot of ore that can be mined in this area. So you might already notice this road layout, not typical to a Way Up build. I wanted to, expand my horizons and constantly challenge myself to do different style of builds. And again, I call this organized chaos. You'll see as we get growing this little ore area, it turns out pretty neat. I like the way it turns out. There's a little issue that I'm going to need help with comments in the section below. Please comment on this. You're going to see we have the road that's aligned with the highway. we turn it into like a frontage road, I guess is what we call them, at least in Arizona. And it had not completely satisfied with it when I first built it. I was like, no way, this isn't, you're gonna even see the mouse shake a little bit here in a second. I was not satisfied with it at all. I'm starting to like it, but again, let me know once you see it, what you think about it. Should we keep it? Should we improve it a little bit? But here we're adding in, again, this was probably the worst water pipe laying down that I've ever done. I don't know what I was doing there. It was pretty chaotic, but we're doing a little bit of terraforming here. We lay down the buildings first, and this is a trick that, I don't know, it feels like it saves me time. I laid down the buildings where I wanted them, and then they were uneven. So then I went in and I used the flattening tool and I used the smoothing tool to make the terrain better. Not every area is flat, but there were some areas where it just looked better to be flat, and we went ahead and did that and mixed it up a little bit. Here we added a tunnel to get people onto the other side of this railroad station. And that was a thing where I didn't really know how to split apart the two areas. So I went with the tunnel, and to get back on the other side, we have a ramp over it. And so we went with that approach, and I think that turned out pretty neat. And already one of the things that I just want to point out that I love about City Skylines, we did an ore industry in Socktown. It looks way different than this one. This one we decided we're going to actually zone for the generic game ore as well, where we're doing a, just a regular district, and then we're saying the specialty is going to be ore. And we build a large area here because of the high demand that we have with industrial without having the realistic population mod on. We're going to have to add a lot more jobs, a lot more people working in the industries and in the commercials to keep the people satisfied in this town. And here's where we start doing some of that terraforming that I was talking about. I see I flattened out the road, and then behind it I flattened out the mountain area as well. And then we're going to transition to the smoothing tool. Once we backed off enough of that mountain, kind of smooth it back out to make it look natural. This map was gorgeous to begin with, so I was a little upset doing some of that, but it had to be done. And so here we flatten out the area to match the road at the very bottom where it's at its lowest, so that these buildings can be flat eventually. And you can see there we used move it to flatten it out, and then I just picked up the building and moved it, and it reset it instead of trying to adjust it with move it. It costs a little bit more money when you don't have unlimited money going, but that's the trick that I'm using right now. I'm not really stressed out about money. As you can see, even though we have the unlimited budget, we do have a profit going in the city, which I was a little worried about last episode. That was all resolved last night on the stream and looking really good now, and it gets even better after we get this industry up and running. And there we already popped up to level 2. Things are moving really fast in this ore industry. I don't remember it moving that fast last time. I don't know if that's a difference with the mod or not. But here we added some more. We did some more terraforming so we could add more extractions, more things to get ore out of the area, make more money, have more people working, and keep it going. And again, I think the mountain it's a gorgeous mountain, and I tried to keep the shape as much as possible and make it look like they're naturally building these ore industries here. And again, here's another area where we flattened it all out. Then we grabbed the level tool and said, let's take this little tiny spot on the road where we like where it's level and level everything around it, and then pick up these buildings, place them back down. They're going to be perfectly flat. And one thing that unintentionally turned out really awesome here, is you're going to see in a second as we pan to the right after moving this last one, these 3 buildings, those rocks did not disappear. So the rock is right on top of the asset, just like they built it there on purpose and intended it to be that way. I think that turned out perfect. But again, it's some organized chaos going on here, and I think you guys could all agree with that. It's not as straightforward as some of my other builds, and after a while I really digged it. I loved it. I love the way it turned out. At this point I realized traffic's going to be an issue, so this is where the frontage roads comes into play. So we back this off. We use a different asset that I haven't used much, but have the freeway go over the road, keep the road flat. The ones we've been using in the past have been kind of the opposite. It's just a different asset, custom asset that I found on the asset store a long time ago, and I've used it. I thought it looked nice here. Again, At this point, I'm like, oh man, let's connect this highway, let's get traffic rolling. But that road is way too close. Those intersections are not gonna work. And I kind of go back and forth with my head. I'm like, I didn't think this through. I put this road way too close to the highway. Not sure how it's gonna turn out. So we pull it back into the middle here for a second. And just kind of like, that's where you can see the mouse is going a little crazy. I was not happy with that at all. Stared at it for a minute and just was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. So we do come in here and we make some adjustments to it. And again, if you can comment on what you think about this after we straighten out the highway. I do know this is real. It is realistic. I don't know if the way I pulled it off is as realistic as it could be. I think I'm gonna go check out Google Earth a little bit and get some ideas on that. Apparently I got close to level 2, so I decided, or level 3, so I decided to focus on that a little bit while I thought through what am I gonna do with that entrance or that exit. Gotta figure that out is what's going through my head. So we split away, take a little break, and then we come back to it here. As you can see, we're starting to think through it a little bit. Maybe these roads do blend in with the off ramps. Kind of, yeah, again, like a frontage road. That's all I know to call it from here. A bypass road, maybe some other places call it. But I let that sit for a while and I watched the traffic, and with the amount of traffic coming in right now, it's not a concern and it works. I might go back and change the angles a little bit. Instead of it coming in as sharp as it does, make it look a little bit better, a little bit more natural. If anything, that's probably what I'm gonna do. If anyone has any other comments or suggestions, I'm all ears. I would love to hear what you think I should do with that area of the map. And at this point, I was blown away. We're almost at level 4. Yeah, we're almost finished with level 3 to open up the level 3 assets, I guess. That was really quick. So I was over here just watching traffic, watching the resources get used, so knowing that that's going to unlock at any given time, so we could then lay down another level of ore industry before calling this episode good. And there it is. Got some more of our plants, some more buildings to lay down and get going. And at this point I decide, you know what, time to extend this road over here. This side needs a little bit more. Didn't necessarily worry about it being as flat as the other ones. Kind of using the terrain on this one again. Organized chaos. Kind of lay these down and they look pretty neat. Got to get them some water going. And I don't know, I got done with this and I took a look at it and it just was very unique to me. Maybe not to other City Skylines players, but it was definitely different compared to the way that I've built in the past. And here is another example of that. These roads are not straight lines. This is very much out of my comfort zone intentionally. And I think it turned out great, showing that I am pushing my limits, trying to be a better city builder, trying to come up with some better ideas that aren't just, you know, straight boxes. And I don't know, industrial areas are where I want to improve. I feel like I got the residential areas down. Boom. All right. But that's a good view of it right there. That's about where it ended up. It looks real to me. I was looking at a lot of Google Earth, a lot of Alaska areas, and the way things are spread out, but then where they are being built, they're dense. And you have a lot of industry in one area, but then you have this specialized industry kind of spread out. And we've respected the existing railroad system there and kept that good, because why mess it up? The only thing that was really missing in this area, and I decided to do this as we go instead of just doing it one go at the end like we did last city, was we're gonna add the cargo station. Right away, we want to be able to limit the traffic that's in this area. So we threw the cargo station down there. We updated these lanes to be one way so that cars come into it and go out of it a specific direction. And again, another comfort zone area here. I don't like tunnels. We added them anyways, and I dig it. It's very unique to my style, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and maybe got some inspiration from it. Yeah, that pretty much sums up our new ore industry in Chillhorn. If anyone has any suggestions on what we should call this district, would love to do that. Get some comments below and people suggesting districts. We'll start naming them after you or the ideas that you have. But yeah, it turned out pretty sweet. A little different again, like I said, probably a million times in this episode. Different from what I usually do. And I love it. I think we might do some more decorating or detailing later on in this area to kind of make that old school railroad station kind of stand out a little bit more. It is kind of a relic in this area. And again, if you got any comments or ideas on the frontage road, hit me up with those. But that's going to pretty much sum up this episode. If you get a chance, like I said a couple times already in this episode, check me out over on Twitch. Hit the follow button. That would help me out. We're pretty close to affiliate already. We just need about 6 more followers and just need to stream a little bit more and have a few people in there to get that affiliate badge going, which would be really cool. But yeah, thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked it. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, make some comments. Want to build this community up, and look out for that Discord link as well so we can get chatting in real time with each other. I'm really excited about building this community. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. Until next time, I'm Socksway Up, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Chillhorn.